Hello friend and welcome back. Or if you are new here, my name is Tiia and I started my channel when I started building my tiny house. But currently I'm mostly making vlogs. It's currently October, but before we continue this beautiful season, I'd like to look back at this summer and my thoughts back then. So get yourself a hot cup of tea and let's begin. I was so lucky to find this in my fridge. I didn't remember leaving it there, but I'm glad I did. Hello everyone! It's been a while since I sat down and had a little chat, and to be completely honest, I haven't felt like filming and editing and all that for a really long time. We are talking months, almost years now. I started this channel really strong. I wanted to document the process of building this tiny house where I'm currently sitting. And then after the tiny house was finished, I did film a lot of vlogs and I was really enjoying filming. I felt that was such a good way for me to express myself. But lately, I don't know, I haven't been feeling that spark, that inspiration, that mojo, whatever it is that kept me filming before. So I just haven't forced it, because I feel like when I have to force filming something, it just doesn't really create the kind of content that I want. Like it's lacking something, I feel. Every once in a while I've been feeling like I wanna document something, because I love watching back like some memories that I have filmed. If you are new here, my name is Tiia and I used to live in my self-built tiny house in Finland. I do still currently live in Finland, and the tiny house is still at my parents' farm where I built it, and I'm currently there. But I do live in the city at the moment. I moved there last autumn, and before that the tiny house has been empty. Not empty, but I haven't been living here for the past few years. It's currently my summer house, sort of, because even now it's just incredibly hot, and my parents' summer house is free, so I'm staying there because it's just not as hot in there as it is in here. I'm living in Turku, which is about 45 minutes from the farm, from the tiny house, and I am struggling with it, to be honest, because I wanted to move to the city for a while now. I felt like that's a change I needed in my life. I felt like I wanted to be closer to my friends, to the libraries, bookshops, yarn shops, pharmacies, just grocery shops, all that jazz. And then also I just really wanted to experience the comforts again, like regularly running water and hot water, and the heating being kind of stable, not from +10 to +30 or whatever, that kind of problems that I have been experiencing in the countryside in general, even at the main house, but also in my tiny house specifically, because I don't have the running water here during winter. So I haven't stayed here the whole winter, like ever. The first winter when I finished this tiny house and I moved here to in the autumn, I did stay here till like Christmas, New Year's. And then I moved to the main house, but I didn't have running water at the time, so I was just carrying it from the main house, which was fine. But then next year when we installed the water here and the winter came and the pipes froze and I couldn't use the water anymore, I was just so used to having the water, and it was just so easy. Even though I didn't have the warm water, it was still easier to have some kind of water source here. And then I moved to the parents' main house sooner that year. And I don't even remember how much I've stayed here instead of my parents' main house and how many years it has been exactly, because I built this tiny house during COVID and something happened. It was 2020, and then all of a sudden 5 years later we are here. I do not know what happened. And I think a lot of people can relate to that some of the years just disappeared somewhere. I don't know what happened. We found a loophole or something and ended up here. This morning I was just watching one of my old YouTube videos. It was my last autumn here, and then I packed everything and I moved to my parents' main house, and then from there I moved to Scotland for a while and never really moved back to the tiny house. And I don't know, I felt so, I don't know, almost sad. Like when I watched the video, I realized how much I missed staying here and the countryside and my cozy little tiny house. I don't know, I still remember the reasons why I wanted to move to the city and why I didn't want to move back here like last year. But seeing that video, it was just a little bit heartbreaking to watch me talk how I'm moving away from the tiny house and not really grasping the fact that that was it. That was the last time I was here with all my like stuff, when it still felt like home, because now it is still like nice, but it's just more like a summer cottage. I don't have everything here. If I get inspired to paint or read or I don't know, whatever, I won't have all my stuff here. And I always have to think what I bring here, because I don't have my clothes and all my food supplies and everything. And the video just made me really miss filming here, to have that tiny house content, because filming here just felt so natural. It just felt like there was always something interesting, even I was doing the same stuff every day all the time, it still felt worth filming for. And when I've been in the city, I just haven't had that same inspiration to just pick up my camera and film things. I know that my flat in the city is also really beautiful and I'm quite happy staying there, but somehow I just don't feel like filming. I don't know, I guess I also feel like when I'm watching other people's videos, I feel sad if they're having some changes and they don't create the similar stuff that I used to like watching. Which in my mind I'm like, I understand that, because people change and their lives change and everyone has their right to film or not to film or change their style or content and everything, but it's just, I guess because it's a comfort, like if something is a comfort watch for me and they go and change that, like they just move to a different city, I'm like, yeah, but I wanted more content from what I was used to watching. And I feel like that's what I'm doing now. Like I don't film tiny house content anymore, not as frequently that I used to, because I don't live here anymore, so it doesn't make sense to me to drive here and just to film for filming's sake, you know. I like to have more vlogs that are updated to the life I'm currently living. But yeah, it's just a bit silly that I'm doing the thing for that, like I'm doing the thing that would make me sad if I would be watching my own channel and be like, oh man, she lives in Turku now. Like her tiny house content was so much more interesting and calm, and her, like the identity that I've built around, and especially on this channel, is a lot to do with my tiny house and that side of me. And because it's no longer the biggest part of my life, it's hard to find stuff to film that I feel inspired to film, I guess. I have this channel and this community that I really like. All of you who comment and watch my videos, I just feel like we have such a little bubble. Even though I don't update many often anymore, I've noticed that the people who've been there from the start are still following my stuff and are really happy to watch my videos, and I love that. It's really great and I really appreciate it. And I wish I would make more content, and maybe this was just like a reading slump, a filming slump. I don't think that's a thing, but let's just call it that. And I will start making more videos, who knows. I guess it's very natural to have different phases in life, and that, I think that was the V chat I wanted to have with you guys today. We'll see how much I film. There's no promises. I'm not putting any pressure on me to create more content, because it's, for me, it's just a hobby, and it's something I do when I want to do, not like something I want to force myself to do, if that makes sense. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy doing it, but I want to be proud of the stuff I make. And I like filming and editing, but I don't like it when I have to force it. Do I wish to be more motivated and just kind of push myself a bit more? Yes. But I don't know. I guess it's just been a little break for me when it comes to expressing myself through videos. Let me know how your summer has been. I would like to hear. And I would also really like to hear what people are reading or knitting, or if you have reading and knitting related channels, you can comment them down below. Would be nice to see what's out there. It is getting so ridiculously hot in here that I think I'm gonna walk back to the summer house and go for a swim. Okay, see you later. Yeah, let's go outside.